Hey, what's up? It's Karen San Diego, and today we are about to intro my 75 soft challenge, but the bariatric friendly edition. It is mostly just 75 soft. I added in a few things and tweaked a few things in order to make it bariatric friendly. In a few, I'm gonna put the rules on the screen, but I decided that for myself, I wanted to do, originally I said 75 hard. If you follow me on Instagram, I talked about it for a few days over there before deciding to actually go through with this. And I was saying 75 hard without really fully understanding what that meant, but I decided that 75 soft actually makes more sense for what I'm trying to do here. And the main thing that I'm trying to do here is get back into the same mentality, not the same things. Not the same things. Get back into the same mentality that I had when I had just got surgery. And that was, for me in the beginning, I was following every single rule. I was very, very disciplined. And I think that is a huge part of why I've been able to have the success that I have. But now that I'm 2 years post-op, I notice a lot more grace being given, which is fine, but I'm noticing that not just as it pertains to weight loss, because I haven't gained like a crazy amount of weight or anything, but I'm just noticing for me as a person that I now and always lack discipline. And for me, I think that weight aside, I'm at this point in my life right now where I think that things can go great in an amazing way, and I think that the only person standing in the way of me and my success is me. I've always been a person with poor time management skills, who doesn't always make the best choices, who has the habit of saying I'm too tired to do things that I'm not too tired to do, giving myself more excuses instead of actually standing on business and getting things done in a way that is going to allow me to see the success that I know that I not only am capable of, but that I also deserve. And I want to actually be a new person and be a more disciplined person. And the reason I'm deciding to do this through 75 soft is I feel that, for one, I don't have like a big weight loss goal or anything, although I wouldn't mind losing about 5 pounds. But as far as my body is concerned, what I really want to do is tone my body more. And I go to the gym a lot, but I can be more consistent with that as well. Everything I do, I can be better. And I'm at this place where I'm just wanting to see what would my life be like if I showed up for myself every single day in the way that my higher self would. Like, if I think about what is the ideal version of my life, what does that look like? What does the person who lived that life, what do they do? What is my higher self like? And I want you to stop now and think about that too. What is your higher self like? And in order for you to be your higher self and to achieve all the things that you want to achieve out of your life, and that is not just pertaining to weight loss, what does that look like? What does your day look like if you're truly operating in that way as your higher self? And if you're like me and you feel like you're not operating as your higher self right now and you have some room to grow, to become more disciplined, then I think this challenge is going to be for you. So I'm going to scoot my camera over here a little bit to give some room to this side of the screen, because I'm going to put the little graphic that I made on this side of the screen. I have it here on my phone as well for my reference. But for this 75 soft bariatric friendly challenge, these are the things, and I'm going to go through each one, but just to read out all of them to you right now. You're going to exercise for 45 minutes each day, giving yourself 1 rest day a week because your body does need that. Drinking 64 ounces of water minimum, because that is the recommended amount for bariatric patients. Eating well, take your vitamins daily, get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And then the last one is a personal goal. So this is going to be back to that higher self thing. What is it that you want out of life? What is it that you're working towards? This can be work, career, your hobbies. It can be just like in your life. Like, what is it that you want to do? Let's say you're like, I want to get married, right? I'm just using that as an example. Maybe you say that for the next 75 dates, you're gonna go on 10 dates. I don't know. Whatever it is that you want to focus on, that personal goal is going to be something that is not weight loss related, just more so related to a personal goal of yours that you have not been putting in the most energy possible. But I'm going to get further into that in a second. So let's just go down each one, and I'm going to just elaborate a little bit more on what I mean by that. And you're going to be able to see how these are pretty customizable to you and your lifestyle. So the first one here is to exercise for 45 minutes a day with 1 rest day. And the thing about this is I think that a lot of the times we get confused when people say exercise and automatically think, well, I need to go to the gym. You actually don't need to go to the gym. And for my 45-minute exercise every day, I'm going to intentionally not make them all be in the gym. I think I'll do about 3 or 4 of those in the actual gym. And then the other 2, I think I'm going to try walking. I want to start doing Pilates again. I was thinking about like bar classes, solid core. That's not really in my area, but if I can find a solid core to go to, I can try Orange Theory. That's around here. I wanted to try more at-home workouts. Ryan really loves trampolines, and there's lots of trampoline parks around here. I could even just like take Ryan to the trampoline park and we can jump on trampolines for 45 minutes. Like, it doesn't matter what you do for that 45 minutes as long as you are moving your body. You can dance, you can go swimming, anything that requires you to have movement to where your heart rate is going to be elevated, that is exercise. So whereas for me, I do enjoy going to the gym, so that's my primary method of exercise. If that's not yours, it doesn't have to be, especially if you're earlier on and you haven't really started working out yet. Maybe go for a long walk every day, or get a treadmill and walk on the treadmill for a long time, or whatever it is that you need to do, whatever form of exercise feels best for you that you can truly commit to. That's what you should do for those 45 minutes every day. And then do not skip on the rest day. Your body, not only do your body needs, like your muscles need the rest day to recover, your body just needs that day to really like recalibrate itself. So make sure you pick a rest day. For me, that would probably be Sundays. Or like a day when I'm in the office. Because usually if I physically go to work, I'm less likely to go to the gym. So I may plan it around my work schedule or something like that. Next on my list is drink 64 ounces of water per day. Now, if you're watching this and you want to do this challenge, but you didn't have bariatric surgery, you can up that to about a gallon or a little bit less than a gallon. But for us, it really is pretty difficult to get in water. So 64 ounces is the recommended amount for bariatric patients that you should be getting. Now, I said at a minimum because you can get more than that, but you should want to aim to get at least 64 ounces of water. Remember that water is key for helping you flush your body of toxins and get everything running the way that it should. So you want to make sure you're drinking your water, so I made sure to put that on there. Next on the list is to eat well. And I left it pretty vague. I did put no fast food or processed foods, balanced home cooked meals only, and then for bariatric patients to stick to around 4 to 5 ounces of food. Now for that last part for bariatric patients, the ounces are going to depend on you, where you are in your journey. If you're earlier on and you're not at 4 to 5 ounces yet, then stick to whatever your recommended amount of food is. If you're further out and you feel like 4 to 5 ounces is not enough for you to be able to stay healthy, then definitely up that to whatever you think is your caloric limit to where you would still be in a deficit. Also keeping in mind that ounces are not always the best way to know how high in calories something may be. So use your judgment when it comes to what you're eating. The 4 to 5 ounces thing there is really just so that you have an idea of how much food you should be eating. That's not a strict rule. What I really mean by that is keep your portions small. And then when it comes to no fast food, processed foods, what that means for me is I'm not necessarily going to be extremely restricting what I eat. Like I will still be eating carbs. I will be eating balanced meals, carbs, fats, protein, vegetables, all of the above, but keeping my portions small and making all of my food myself. And for me, what that's gonna look like, because my goal is only to lose about 5 pounds, for me, if I do want something, like let's say I want a cookie, I can have a cookie if I make it myself, which alone is a deterrent because I'm not always gonna wanna make it. But in the event that I do wanna make it, I have to make it myself with whole ingredients. And for me, this one is more so about just like building healthy habits around food and further continuing to build my relationship with food, because I find that my love for just crafting, when I cook myself, I don't make unhealthy food. Like I don't fry food. I don't even own oil to fry food. Like the only oil I have is like olive avocado oil, like not like vegetable canola oil, those type of things. I don't fry food. When I cook for myself, I cook pretty healthy. So I already know that if I'm cooking all of my meals, by nature of how I cook, the meals are going to be healthier. They're going to be balanced. That's me though. So if you feel like you're someone who tends to cook food that is not as healthy, maybe for this one under Eat Well, you're going to want to adjust that to have some parameters if you feel that you need it. Some of those parameters could be that you are going to go on a high protein, low carb diet and you're going to track how much carbs you're intaking. Or maybe you're going to go on a specific caloric deficit type thing. In the event that you want to really track what kind of food you're eating, I recommend getting apps like MyFitnessPal. I think there's even like a way you can do it in Apple to be able to just track what you're eating. Or just really set strict things. Like maybe you're saying that like you're only going to eat carbs in the morning so that you can burn it as energy. Or maybe you're saying that you're not going to eat sweets like cookies and cakes or ice cream or things like that. I'm not restricting what I'm eating. I'm only restricting where I get it from. And then also just trying to just make healthier choices while I'm at it. Those processed foods that you would get, the stuff that is already packaged for you, like think like a Trader Joe's meal where everything is already in the bag. All you gotta do is heat it up in a skillet. I'm not doing those. A lot of those times, those type of frozen meals are very sneaky. There's ingredients in there that are just not good for you. There's lots of sodium, lots of things that we don't want to be ingesting on a normal basis. When you cook your food, you have more understanding of what's going into it. You can adjust accordingly. So I just feel like in order to make sure that I'm eating well and eating a healthy, balanced diet, the best thing for me to do is cook it. And I'm a person, I love to cook, but I have a bad habit of when I'm feeling lazy, just being like, oh, well, we can go out to eat tonight. And that really just means that I don't want to cook. But I don't want to do that. And the way that I think that I'm going to be the most successful in this part, and I recommend this for you as well, is when it comes to food, plan it out. So every single week, I'm going to plan out everything that I'm going to eat for that week. I bought meal prep containers. I'm going to have everything planned out, because if I don't have to think, the thing I hate the most about cooking is having to think about what to eat every single time. So I think if I can plan that out ahead of time, I can come up with a bunch of meals, and then every week I know I'm making these 3 meals. I can plan them, prep them, have them in the fridge ready to go. That's going to help set me up for success. So I am going to do another video. I believe I'm going to film that one tomorrow. Starting my meal prep journey and really showing you what I'm buying, show you my menu for the week, what meals I'm going to be eating, and show you my prep for that, so that I can really get into a good habit of thinking about what I'm going to eat. Because thinking about what you're going to eat is not only going to help you be prepared and help avoid you getting exhausted and burnt out later in the week trying to come up with something. That's how we end up with pizza half the time, because I can't think of what to eat. Front loading that is going to help. That also is feeding into my overall goal of being more disciplined. I'm planning things ahead of time. I'm not waiting till the last minute. I'm eating better and I'm sticking to it. Also, it's more cost effective. I'm not going to the grocery store wandering around grabbing processed foods. I'm really going in there for meat and vegetables. Like, that's all I really need. When it comes to rice and stuff, I got that already. I might need a bag here and there, but it'll be a lot cheaper as well. So I think that's really going to help. Chad says he's doing this with me. He usually doesn't do these challenges with me, but he wants to do this one with me. So I think that's going to help hold me accountable, as well as all of you. So if any of you are going to do this with me, like, please let me know that you're doing it with me. If you create content as well, document it, because that's also a great accountability tool. Telling the world that you're doing something is kind of a great reason to make sure you're doing it. And if you are, once again, on a weight loss journey, meal prepping is another great way, because you can put it in containers and have everything pre-measured so you know exactly what you're about to consume. Next on the list, I have take your vitamins daily. And this is one, once again, you're supposed to do that. Do we all take our vitamins every single day? No, we don't do it. Let's be real. We don't all take our vitamins every day. And that's okay, we're human. But during this challenge, I'm going to be posting my reminder to take your vitamins. I'm going to try to do that every single day to remind you, but also to remind me. Because when I post those, I'm more likely to actually take my vitamins. So it's great. But take your vitamins every day. That also is going to help make sure your body is running the way that it needs to, which will also help you if you're having, one of your goals is weight loss. But also it helps to determine it with being disciplined, because your body has the fuel that it needs to have the right cognitive function and just like keep you energized to get things done. Next on here, similarly to that, is get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. This one's a no-brainer. Your body just functions better when you're sleeping. When it comes to weight loss and thinking and critical thinking skills and all the things, everything your body needs, you need to sleep to get your body to function at 100%. And I understand that 8 to 10 hours of sleep is a luxury. Not everybody has a schedule that can afford it. But if you can, try your best to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And if your schedule genuinely is so insane that there's no way you can get 8 to 10, try to get as much as you could, like more than you typically would. And then we have the personal goal. And this is the one that I'm the most excited about because I love setting goals for myself that have nothing to do with weight loss. And my personal goal that I'm going to be setting is to upload 2 YouTube videos a week. And that's just because, like, as much as, like, you know, I have been growing on here, I've been growing on all my platforms, this is something that I do have the desire to do full time. And the only person standing in the way between me and being full time is me. So I need to have the discipline to show up and create the content. I love creating content. So it really just be me getting in my head sometimes thinking like, oh, like nobody cares type thing. Like, it's just negative self-talk that stops me from showing up for myself in the way that I should. And not just showing up for myself, showing up for y'all. So I put that on here just because I really want to motivate myself to show up more online and take it more seriously and really like step into a whole new era when it comes to being a content creator. I've already been able to do some amazing things in the short period of time that I've been like consistent with this. So I'm curious to see how much further it can go in the next 75 days if I show up for myself every single day. All right, so that is all that I have for this video. This is the 75 soft challenge. If you are watching it today as it's coming out, today is Sunday, April 14th, but I will be officially starting this challenge tomorrow, Monday, April 15th. And the beautiful thing about this video, regardless of when you are stumbling across this video, you can start at any point. You do not have to start with me. Although if you're starting with me, we'll be able to help hold each other accountable. But if you're not starting with me, great thing is you'll have my entire journey to look back on for advice and for inspiration for yours. So it's good if you're starting out after I've already finished this. But this video, I never do videos before I do anything. I'm doing this as a way to really hold myself accountable, to continue to show up every single day, no matter what. Like, I'm about to get my period. Insane to start this before I start my period when I know my period about to come like tomorrow. That's crazy. But I don't care. I'm gonna show up regardless of what Aunt Flo has to say. But if you plan on doing this challenge with me, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments. You can DM me on Instagram as well if you want to talk about it there. I hope you join me. I want all of us to stay focused on our goals. We did not get 80% of our stomach cut out to then slack later on and forget why we did this in the first place. We want to continue to have the discipline to continue to show up for ourselves every single day, continue to thrive and grow throughout this journey, because the VSG journey does not end once you've hit Wonderland, once you've hit your weight loss goal. It continues. There is ups and downs, and needing to kind of get back on track is just part of the journey. My goal with this is to make it something that doesn't have to be so scary. Like, you can get back on track in a way that you're not overexerting yourself. And hopefully, if you try this with me, you're able to see that it's soft for a reason. It's meant to just help you get back on track, get into a good mental state, and not to overwhelm you. So hopefully you are going to join with me. Hopefully you have a great experience on this, and we're about to crush our goals in 2024 thanks to this 75 soft challenge. If you like this video and want to see more about this, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Belly, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes.